Hello, welcome back to Faewood Mead, or welcome to Faewood Mead. If this is your first time here, thanks for joining us. Today, I'm showing you a traditional mead. This recipe really could be used kind of across the board for whatever type of honey you want to use, as long as I made it right. Right? That's the trick. As long as I did it right. The thing with traditionals is that they are known to be the most difficult mead to make. Percy, what do you need? It's okay, I'm not talking to myself or you. Well, I am talking to myself, but I'm not. You're fine. It's like, what are you doing, Mom? So for anyone who's new to mead making, you may think to yourself that just the whole honey, water, yeast, that's generalizing it, but just the plain mead would be the easiest thing to make. However, it is not. And the reason for that is because there's nothing for your flaws to hide behind. The only flavor that you're pulling in this mead is the honey itself. So if there is any error, any at all, in your fermentation process, anywhere between fermentation and bottling, it's gonna be very noticeable. So to make a traditional well takes skill. And it's something that I have not really done. I have made one true traditional before. It was an orange blossom, and something happened there because I think the last time I opened one of those bottles, there was sort of like there's a really weird off scent. I vaguely remember it as being kind of poopy-ish. That sounds so gross, but that is a huge flaw in my mead making process. So as you're growing into your skills, just kind of, make some trads now and then. I definitely want to make more. The last time I tried this, which is when I bottled it, it was good. Now this has been sitting on its side, so I hope that if it's oxygenated, I'll know. Watch the video if you're interested. This should be fairly short and sweet. And at the end, you're gonna see the tasting. So I decided to go with this Moname Blossom honey from Hawaii. It's got this really lovely, buttery flavor to it. I decided to go with D47 yeast because it's known to work really well with light floral meads or traditionals. And I only use about half a packet. I also like to add Go Ferm Protect to help give my yeast the best starter that they can have. Booster Blanc is also a really great addition, and I just went ahead and added my tannin here at fermentation. It is important, of course, to aerate your mead. You definitely need to do some of that and get a proper starter going here for your yeast. Providing as much oxygen as you can at the start of fermentation or prior to fermentation really helps in preventing off flavors caused by stressed yeast. And I have a starting gravity of 1.066. A bit later, I checked the gravity and I went ahead and stabilized. I know I didn't show the stabilization part, but take my word for it here. I definitely waited longer here than I needed to. You only need 24 hours for the stabilizers to take effect. But I went ahead and I added honey as well as bentonite clay, which, as I will find out later, this is not the time you add bentonite, and I'll discuss that. After tasting this mead, I decided I needed to add just a little bit more acid. And then after waiting a couple of months for my mead to hopefully clear, it didn't really. It's still a bit hazy, as you can see, but I bottled it anyway. Okay, now that you see what I've done, let's open this and see if I did it well or not. I'll put the general age and the ABV here because I have not added one of my little paper labels to any of these. And I don't feel like, ooh. Okay, no, that smells good. That smells like honey, like straight up. Oh my God, okay, I'm excited. I'm excited. Did I do this right? I sure hope I did. It is very mildly hazy. It's tough. I have noticed that with trads, they're hard to clear. And I tried using bentonite clay for this, I don't think I used it correctly. It was the first time that I used it. I thought it worked kind of like Sparkleoid, but I think you have to add it at the very beginning because it didn't do anything, like barely. I think it cleared a little bit. Like this sat clearing for a couple of months and it still is not perfectly clear. So that is something to keep in mind. I don't have space in my fridge for cold crashing. Otherwise I would have done that because that can help a lot with haziness. But anyway, aroma check. It smells like the honey varietal that I used. Tastes like the honey too. I did make sure to back sweeten enough to where you would definitely taste the honey. I think when I bottled it as well, there was a more pronounced alcohol flavor, you know, or like you could taste more of the fermentation. And I was worried about that sticking around, so I definitely back sweetened a bit more on this one because I wanted to make sure that you tasted the honey. It tastes how it should. I would call this a success. What is the ABV? I need to check now because I feel like if anything, this could be a little bit stronger. Oh God, yeah, this is really light. So it's like 8.6%. I guess because I only added 2 pounds of honey. Could have used more. I mean, this would be a great sort of session-y mead. I think it's definitely on the high end of the session spectrum, but carbonated, this would be amazing. Because the honey flavor's so pronounced. I only ended at 1.026, which for some people that might sound a little heavy on the sweetness, but it's really not, at least not for me. That is kind of on the edge of semi-sweet, sweet, I guess, technically. That's good. I did it right. I did it right. Woo! I did it right, baby. Finally did it right. Some notes, you definitely must add nutrients to this. You cannot expect to get good results, especially not great results, without using nutrients. I feel like most homebrew shops, in the very least, you can get little packets of like Fermaid O for like $2. I mean, it's not expensive. It just takes a little bit of research. I think a lot of people think that these sort of boosters cost a lot. If you get them in a large quantity, yes. But if you get like little sample sizes and just use them, you know, one mead at a time, it's not so bad. It really isn't. So I highly encourage you, if you're going to make a traditional, please use full spectrum nutrient to get the best results. If you taste rocket fuel, if you have a heavy alcohol sensation, there's a fault in your fermentation. It's not just because there's a lot of alcohol in there. Ideally, you wouldn't really get a whole lot of that sensation. Just as a hint, you know, I feel like that's kind of a big one. Rocket fuel is definitely a big flaw that a lot of, especially new mead makers, experience. And because you don't have years of experience or like many meads, where was I going? You know what I'm saying, right? I hope. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Feel free to email me if you want. I will try to answer what I can. I know sometimes I'm not very good about getting around to responding to comments right away. I am one of those anxious people who will like look at a message and be like, I'll answer that later. And then a month goes by, you know, because I'm like, I just don't have the bandwidth to answer right away. But I don't mean to be like that, and I'm sorry. So just wanted to put that out there. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you. And I hope to see you around next time. Okay? Happy mead making. That's a new one. Bye.